Okay. But anyway, welcome to our leadership meeting, and today is July 17, 2025. Do I hear? Let me see. Hold on a second. Today is July 17, 2025 at 8:05. And thank you guys for coming. I'm going to try to make it as short as we can, very quickly, so we can discuss what we need to cover as the organization. There's a lot of stuff that has been done behind the scene, but we have to be able to do now and try to accomplish what we set ourselves to, which is hosting the gala. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm going to go through, I have only 3 slides, so it's not going to be that long. Just 3 slides so we can cover and then discuss what we need to do as an organization. I am surprised why it's not full screen. They have done so many updates, these people, I don't understand, with the Zoom. Okay, see now, let me close all these things. You guys can see my screen?
Yes.
You see the leadership quarterly meeting?
Yes. It's not full screen. It looks like it's on a Word document, but I can see it.
I know, that's what I'm trying to see. I mean, as I said, Zoom, they've added this AI and stuff. If you click all this button, it just gives you the weird screen. So right now it's supposed to be a full screen, but it's not a full screen. So sorry, let me start again. I'm not sure why it's being like that. Because it's supposed to be right there. Okay. Start again. Let's hope it's gonna be. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as I said, yeah, today is the 17th, the second quarterly meeting. We're trying to cover just some fundraising event to give you guys some update, what is happening, community outreach, what we're doing, and then corporate sponsors, and then the tickets for the galas, and discussion what we can do. And your opinion definitely is needed. And we appreciate any suggestions, and because we need to cover this part as much as we can. So to start with, I'm giving just kind of like an overview what the budgets and the money we are getting from our fundraising activities. So we did do the Facebook when we do like the birthday Facebook. So we were blessed enough to raise at least $1,039. That was raised as for the organization for everyday activity for the Qhsc. And then we did the fundraising for nutrition and supplies. We were able to raise $29.13 there, and which was sent all of it to buy the gas stove, gas tank, and the balls for almost 950 kids. And then we fed them for a whole week. So they were very happy with that. We did do the Panda Express. We raised $231. Yes, that was our biggest national fundraising, and we need to do more of that. Yes, we did have 2 or 3 days before, I'm sorry, 2 or 3 weeks, we're advertising that part, and we were learning how to do those nationally. So we need to be a little more aggressive next time to make sure we have different stations, different states to help with fundraising. So when we did this one, yes, we had the percentage, I believe was 28%. So, And then so everybody who bought the food from the Panda Express were able to get their percentage back. So yes, it was $231. So we could have done better if we recruited people from different states so we can get more people to recruit other people and all take the family or friends to eat. That will help us to get more money. Matching fund. So this is the one that it's bringing more money in a way that if you find they have like a community outreach in your organization, if they are matching funds, so we have like a HCA. So if an employee donated $500, so the organization is going to give $500. So kind of like you can raise $1,000. And then also they have community hours. So as an employee, if you log in your hours that you're working on a nonprofit organization, then they give you, if you do up to 20 hours, they give you up to $1,000. So we usually do that part. And Valentine also has been doing that part because she works at the HCA. So we need to get more of this because we're already doing these things. We are doing meetings, we are doing a volunteer work, the hours that we are spending to prepare for something like that. As long as you can quantify and put it in your organization website, and then they quantify and give you money for that. So you wait every quarter, they give you a certain amount of money because we are matching funds or we are reporting your volunteering hour. So we need to be encouraging people who, even if this can be done in any state, so they don't have to be in Florida. So if we find some organization that they do these things, it's something that is kind of like an easier way of just raising money without doing anything extra or paying money extra. So if you report your hours, then you get that. But so as I said, we have to be a little bit more aggressive with this one to help us because we are getting money even without kind of like putting even an effort. The idea is like at least if you identify those areas, then we can work and you can identify QHSC as one of your part of organization that you are try to dedicate the hours to, and then the money will go straight to QHSC. Because from organization, when you search one of the non-profit organization, QHSC shows up because it's registered. So it's the same thing anywhere else. If they need more information, we can give you all those paperwork from the IRS, the government, the federal government that we have QHSC registered in Florida. So then you can, once you do, you register once, then you can be getting money that way. And then so we are still recruiting members, and yes, part of the leaders, 10 of us have been paid that money. And then so far we have 1,500, and then we had general members, only 4 people who are paying $75 each. So these are the part also we still need to recruit more people. If we, every one of us recruit another person or 2, then those money will help all these expenses that I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. Yes, so far the gala event we've been raising $28.50, and I know a lot of people. You tell them, okay, get the ticket now. They're like, oh, we get it. It's before August 31st. So I know it's coming, and we can't squeeze people to tell them, come and go and get the ticket now. But we need to be, sharing this information so we can sell the more tickets. The response that people wants to come, it's great, but for me, that enthusiastic needs to be transacted by buying a ticket. And August 31st is coming very close. So $150 there, if we can get people to get that part, or otherwise it's going to be $175. So that also is going to be adding more money to the group. But if people wants to buy the ticket when it's cheaper, that's the best time to do that part. We did deposit for the gala $1,000 already because we have to secure the date and hold it down for the gala. So that one is already paid. And then so far with Zephy, we've been collecting for different groups, different links. So far, we've raised almost $9,242 through Zephy. So usually if we were doing PayPal or GoFundMe or any other platform, we would have been paying almost $400 for the fees. So since Zephy is free, so we have saved that money. That means if somebody donated $100, we are getting $100. If somebody donated $50, we're getting $50. But before, if we did a PayPal or GoFundMe or Cash App, they put I think 0.25% of whatever you're sending it, you're gonna pay for it. So if somebody give us $100, you get $97 only. $3 is gone for the those platform. But so far, because we've been doing Zephy is free, thank God. And now we're able to save at least that for almost $400, which it can help us for something else. So things that it cost us a little bit money throughout monthly or anything like that. We had Wix. So Wix is the previous website before now. So we were paying that for $45 a month. So far, we canceled it at the end of June because we want to make sure that the WordPress is up and running and now we are using it. So we stopped paying that one because it's $45 a month. Now the website now we're paying only $13. So that's a big saving. So the 258 for the last 6 months we already pay, yes, but now that'll be the end of it. At least if we're doing the math, it'll be at least another $258 we save by not paying for Wix, but at least 1/3 of it we just pay for the website, the new website now. So for the banking, because it's a business account, non-profit, which they charge us $15 because they said unless you have $5,000 on the account all the time, then you don't pay the $15. But we don't have $5,000 in account. Maybe someday. But other monthly expenses, which they vary back and forth, but we have for the Zoom, we have to pay for the platform, we have to pay for website, we have to pay for phone communications, survey, we have to pay for the printer because we have to do all this printing out all the flyers and stuff like that. So it's approximately like $240 a month, all these expenses to cover the daily activity for the organization. So if you do math very quickly, the membership and leadership, the membership for leaders and general members will help to cover that part if we get more people to pay without any issues. And then you'll be able to cover that cost without problem. And then you'll be able to get a little money to be able to either buy T-shirts, buy things that the organization have, with maybe the flyers or the when we need to have, like when we're going to volunteer, if we need posters and stuff, or if we're doing CPR, then we can buy the equipment and stuff like that. So that's why we're relying on the membership expenses to do those things. The money that we raise for individual project, yes, then it will go to the individual project, like what we did for nutrition and supplies. Yes, so that money, $2,900, is already gone. Yes, it looks nice on the bank. It's there. It came in, but it's gone because we've already donated what it's supposed to do, which is supposed to be like that. So we still need to be able to continuously raising the money that we support these little things here and there to continue function with their organization. And the last slide I have, and then we can discuss, is, oops, I knew my computer. Oh, there we go. So for the gala, so far, our plans for the gala, we wanted to have for 200 people. Luckily that the venue that we got, we can have up 250 to 300 people, although it's going to be a little bit squeezed, but 250 is possible with the stage and all the stuff. But we were asking for 200. So with the thought of 200 people, and if everybody bought the ticket at $150, then we'll be raising total amount of 30,000. And then if it's 250, then you get the gist for that. If everybody buys the ticket at 175, then for 200 people, it'll be $35,000. And then for 250 people, you get that money. But so far, we only sold 19 tickets. As I said, a lot of people just say, oh, I'm waiting, wait until the summer is over and stuff like that, which is okay. As long as they come and buy the ticket, that is great. So that's why it comes into every one of us to be able to say we need to get a little bit more aggressive. So, and I think majority of you guys have already bought the ticket. I appreciate that part, and thank you for that, because that helps us to start putting those down payment and start paying those things down without any problem. So, as I said, it's only 9% of what we need we've raised so far. But if you go to the other side, Let me move people back. So if you go to the other side, things that is going to cost us money, and that expenses is going to definitely be taken out for each ticket, since we don't have extra money to cover those expenses unless we get the sponsors. But anyway, so some of the expenses are photography, and then the deposit has already paid. The food luckily is included, because when we are doing the deposit and the cost for the venue, so the venue comes with the food included up to 10,000. Thank God. So that one, it has to be paid for the 200 people. If we are getting extra things, that because you cannot just have the venue and food and that's it, we do need to have photography, we need to have decorations, we need to have the step when you treat. This is like where you put the big poster there with all the names of the corporate sponsors or family sponsors, their names over there. So people come in, when I come in, they're taking a picture, little glamorous, whatever. And then so photography part also including the 360, I forgot to put in there. So this is a kind of like a family business. So they were charging us $500 for 3.5 hours. And then I think 300 for the 360. People like to do pictures and pose and whatever. So, but they gave us a discount. So they give us a discount almost at $350. So we are grateful that they were able to do $250. Sorry, we are grateful that they were able to do that. So for those combined two things, you're paying only 600 for all that time, kind of like unlimited. She said she's going to be there early, and then until we get tired of it, she's going to take pictures for the auction, the people who are coming in, the event and all the stuff. So we are grateful that part. Because before we had 4 other photographer options, they were charging by hour. So some of them were 150 an hour, and we know 4 or 5 hours already we're getting close to 1,000. We were like, no, we can't do that part. So at least we got this one, which was giving us some discount. We do have, I don't know, you guys probably know Siobhan. She is agreeing to donate as part of her time, because she does events to decorate and stuff. But we have to buy some of the material that to be able to go and donate. And she's in part of the gala team to help plan this event. We are still working on the DJ and MC. We do have one person who can be the MC by talking and stuff when we're doing the auctions. She's going to help us with doing all those advertisement and stuff. The DJ, we're just trying to find out the prices, what are their options, what they do, and if it's something that we can do ourselves, sure, to cut costs, sure. If the DJs, we're trying to discuss with them to lower their price or offer their service as being a sponsor for the event, and then we can advertise or use their logos. They're still discussing, and so a few more things needs to be covered, and then we'll let you know. The music entertainment, we are still going back and forth to try and figure out anything that is the cheapest to get. Because remember, we are trying to raise money, not just going to have a good time. But also, even if you're doing the gala and having a good time, still people have to, even if people are donating their money, we still need to make sure it's an event that people will come and get good food and know what we are doing and hopefully give us more money. And then usually for these galas, people have what they call the goodie bags for the guests, something memorable for the people to take away when they go. So we have to figure out all those things. Remember, cost is the driving force here. If it's something costs too much, we can't do it, we cannot do it. And then the silent auction, which we're going to cover more, probably other meetings or something like that. So as I said, with all these things, that's why the reason we're here in the meeting today is the need to get corporate sponsors, the need to get family sponsors. So yes, corporate sponsor, we are trying to get, if people are able to buy the ticket, to buy a table or something like that, that would be great. But also sometimes people say family sponsors also, maybe the family wants to give, they don't want to buy a table, or they might not be able to come, but they said, okay, here is $300, here is $400. So then we acknowledge, put their name on the list to say, okay, this is sponsoring the event by donating whatever they want to give us. So because not every institution is going to give us money, but some family member might decide to give as a family supporting QHSC mission or the GARA, and that's the part to which we can. And that's the part to which, as a leaders now, we're going to try to find, if you have a family member or family friends or whatever you have, or a couple that they might be willing to donate. If they want to buy half a table for the family, that's fine. If they don't want to do that, they just want to give the money and buy maybe one or two tickets for themselves, that's okay also. But if they give us the donation that way, representing their own family, then their family is going to be there on the list that has sponsors. And I think that's what I have so far. Unless if somebody have any question about this screen, I can take it out so we can see each other when we're discussing quickly. Any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Let me. So many. Okay, so questions. Anything that we can do to help raise money, get sponsors. We do have the letters for sponsors. We do have the letters for the family. The idea is, for the sponsor is, if they agree to give us for the donation, we receive their logo, and then we can advertise anytime we do an activity. Let's say if we go to TJ Leroy, T. Leroy Jefferson to do your work, yes, we can have a page that says our sponsors for organization is this, or we can put it on our website to say these are the people who are supporting QHSC, or supporting the mission, or supporting the gala, or supporting the activities. So all those things will help. So at least their name or their logo can be out there. We can post from the social media to say we thank them. If we are doing T-shirts, or if we were doing, for example, medical mission like this year, we could have printed on the back of our T-shirt that those are our sponsors to try and help. So a lot of things that we can do to try and acknowledge and appreciate what they're doing for us. So more ears, any suggestions?
I had a question.
Who have you reached out to so far
Oh, go ahead.
in terms of corporations?
What did you say, Dr. Gwen?
I said, what organizations have you reached out to so far for sponsorship?
So I sent to the ones that I know for me. Let me see if I can find my list. I did send it to T. Jefferson. I did send it to Voras in California. I sent to Cross Ministry. I sent to All About Ballots. I sent it to one of the church, CJC. I sent to my church, St. Michael's Lutheran, and I sent it to a number of family members that I know. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I sent it to 12 family members that I believe that they can help, if they can help. Did you have somebody who we can send a letter?
I have some people that I may be able to. One of them was T. Leroy Jefferson, but you already sent them one.
I sent it through. Is it her name, Sadia?
Sadia, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can send because they know you more than me. They've worked with you more than they've worked with me. This is my second year with them, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so anybody who, I mean, as I said, if you have friends or family friends who are willing to give us $100, $200, $300, $500, $1,000, whatever, those adds up. Because yes, we would love to have a corporate sponsors, but sometimes it takes a while for those because it's so many steps that they need to be accepted. And but if everybody has sent it to like maybe 5 people that you know, the church is usually pretty good in a sense that, because I mean, we're trying to volunteer and do things to help people who are less fortunate. And we're not getting anything in return. So it's kind of like a service work. And most of the churches acknowledge those things. So if we are able to get the church to support us, that would be great. It might not be a bigger amount, but still that consistent support is what we need. And sometimes when they start seeing maybe one organization is supporting this group, maybe another group may say, okay, let's go and help too. So as I said, we do have the template ready to go. We just change just the name, the address where we're sending to, and we put your name because they know you. So it makes a little bit sense to go over there and ask for support. Because some of them, they'll be like, okay, we don't have that much money, but we have $100, $200. That's okay. We take it. Or if you know somebody that we can talk to and plead our case and beg, that's fine. And we do have the flyers again. If you need the flyers, a copy of them, we can send it through the email. Or if you want us to print them up and then send it to you by like actual flyer itself, we can do that. Because we are getting close. I mean, like we are already way past halfway. It's only less than 4 months to do it. Because I don't count December. I don't count November because everything is going to be crazy. So we're only left with August, September, October. Those are 3 months. Victoria, did you want to say something?
This is Rakia. Had a question.
Okay.
I couldn't understand. Could you explain again when you were saying about the matching on
So
the previous screen?
yes, so matching, I can give you an example from where I work right now is HCA. So they have maybe like 4 or 5 ways. I wish Valentine has a voice, she could have explained very well because she went on the other side. I was doing it a little bit different. But so there's another way. So if you work at that hospital, for example, or institution or a corporation or wherever you're working, you can go and ask in the either community outreach or community service or something. It depends on how they call it. So when you go in there as an employee, because the industry or the hospital wants the employees to go out in the community and help, in a sense that if I go right now to volunteer, if I didn't have QHSC, I would go to volunteer and I said, oh, as part of HCA employee, I volunteer to help, I don't know, homeless, or go to cross ministry as part of the HCA because I work at HCA. So kind of the HCA get credit, like, oh, your employees are very good in the community. So that's one way. So HCA have a system or a program that I can record my volunteering hours. So for example, for me hosting the meeting tonight, I can say I spend an hour or 2 hours in this meeting. I went to volunteer cross ministry for 2 hours. I went to volunteer to the medical mission for 2 weeks. So you count almost the 80 hours, so 108 hours, whatever. So I keep adding those hours, but you have to log in to say, okay, this date, I spend this much time, hours. If I get to 20 hours, they said, okay, you can redeem your credit, meaning like I can claim that now. So since I went to 20 hours, I raise $1,000. They send it to QHSC. So that's how it works. So one way I can report my volunteering hours and then QHSC get the money. So another way that through the payroll, then maybe every paycheck, I said, okay, maybe I give $20 every paycheck, or maybe once a month. It depends on whatever the amount you want. So you do that when it raise up to $20, maybe throughout the year, up to not $20, sorry, $500 up within a year. So it says up to $500, the HCA match another $500. So at the end, you get QHSC get $1,000. So that's what they said matching. So if you raise $100, they match the $100. You get $200. So the $200 goes to QHSC. So when you join those programs, they specifically say you have to select the organization that you're going to be working towards or raising money for. So they give you a list of all the nonprofit listed, and then you say, okay, this is my nonprofit. So usually QHC, because it's registered, it's going to show up, or you can spell it and then it's going to show up on the list. So it's locked in already. And then they're going to ask you the address and all the stuff like that, which I give you like the IRS number and all the stuff, EIN number. So you put that information in there. And then so when you upload the hours, anything else, it doesn't come to you. It comes straight to the account to the QHSC, because they don't want it to go to anybody's hands except the organization. And they want to make sure that the organization has an account. They wouldn't let me to come even to me. No, it goes straight to the account, because that's how they verify to IRS and everything else. They donated the money to QHSC, not to me, not to individual person or even the person who works there. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
So if
Thank you.
people, hey, you're welcome. If people go and ask where you work, I mean, if you don't ask, you're not going to know. If you ask where you work and they said, okay, do you guys, count the volunteer hours for those organizations? Then they might say yes. Because I said here in Florida, at least the hospital that I know system, they always try to compete to make sure that the employees are in the community. So when you do that, they will encourage you, or you can post even your picture here that you are volunteering. Because remember, for them, they said HCA's employees are helping the community, even if they didn't get any penny from it. But by saying that, the community get the perception that HCA employees are community friendly. So hopefully they will choose that place to go and take care of the hospital, something like that.
All right. Thank you for that. It's more clear for me.
You're welcome. Bree, your workplace does that?
Oh, they took it away. They did
Oh.
it like 2 or 3 years ago, but they don't do it anymore.
Not good.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. Any questions, suggestions? I know every time I call Miss Victoria and then she comes and she disappears from my screen. Yes.
I'm here.
Okay. Any suggestions?
I don't have any suggestions just yet. No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. Miss Irene. Hello. She's probably coming from work.
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm following, but I don't have any questions or no suggestions either.
No, CMH does not do anything.
I've never heard, but I'll ask.
Yeah, ask the community outreach group, whatever.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
I'll definitely ask.
yeah, sometimes they have all those volunteer hours, and then they match it. Because remember, they are benefiting also by the organizations benefit by employees' volunteer hours because they donate money to the nonprofit organization, so they get credit that they donated money. Yes, they help the organization, but also they help themselves, and that's why they have those programs. Because they have some write-offs. They said, okay, we gave out, because I think Palms just last year, I think they were saying they gave out like $50 million to the community. So they kind of have like a bragging rights. So all these hours that they give away money, they claim that they help the community that way. So that's how it makes sense. If they have a program like that, then it's a little bit easier. You go and log in your hours. Every time you come into the meeting, you put hours. And if you need to, for me to validate that you did come to the meeting, because usually we take the attendance and then we put it there. So definitely, yeah. But yes, yes. So Valentine was saying that you can ask a human resource if you guys have that program, because human resource we know, or community outreach, whatever the program. It depends on how they call it in your organization. They will know. It's only they can say yes or no. If they don't have, that's fine. If they do, any hours that you use maybe for attending the training, or an hour you do the meetings, or you have the time set aside in discussing something about the volunteering, you put it down there, it's counted. And then that will help raise money. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, as I said, guys, I do need your help. So if we can find people that we can send, churches, we can send those letters, any corporate sponsor that you guys know somewhere, that may help us. We need help. As I said, I only send to the people that I know. But if you know somebody, that would be helpful. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I have. So thank you guys for coming. And if you have any questions, issues, I'm gonna record this and post it in the group, and then you guys can see it if you need to review or something like that. That'd be fine. But if you have any suggestion, please let us know, because we do need to sell the tickets. And as I said, if every single one of us sell 2-3 tickets, it adds up eventually, and then hopefully people will share with other people and start recruiting other people before the time gets too close, because we need help. I mean, getting 200 people is not easy. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go and get some rest. So have a great evening, and thank you for coming. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, good night.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Good night. Yeah.
Night. Okay,
Good
bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Did you braid your hair?